From Phoebus High School, WHCS Cable Channel 46 presents Boys Group AAA Baseball. The Kecoughtan Warriors and the Phoebus Phantoms. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz. We welcome you to a sun-drenched Phoebus High School baseball field for the game between the Warriors of Kecoughtan with an 8-8 overall record and the Phantoms of Phoebus with a 10-6 overall record. Phoebus fresh off of a 5-4 triumph over Woodside Thursday afternoon. Bob, we've got a break here. We've had an awful lot of rain recently, but this afternoon just couldn't be more beautiful.
Well, if you'd have saw this field this morning, you would have thought, well, we're not going to play the game today, but Mike Tyndall and his staff did a great job getting this thing ready.
And we've been talking about this field. They've done a lot to the field and the amenities here. They've got brand new paint and booth here for us and everything else. This afternoon's game is brought to you in part by Zooms, with a multitude of Peninsula locations to serve you. What was the last count, Bob? 14? And also in part by Parklawn Wood Funeral Home, where Nancy Staten is the funeral director.
And Tim, we will pick a player of the game from both of these teams today, and that player will receive a shirt. The shirt comes from Islander Sporting Goods, and they're located in Kecoughtan. They can meet all your sports needs with a full line of athletic goods, both team and individual, equipment, uniforms, plus screen printing. Call Dave Chubb at 868-8467. John Roberts is the owner.
Got a couple of left-handers going this afternoon. The starting pitchers for these teams, for Phoebus, Cole Lineberry will be the starting pitcher. As you see, one of the umpires in your picture, and that is the plate umpire, Steve Reed. And his cohort this afternoon on the bases is Terry Rosser.
Now, you're talking about Cole Lineberry. He's got a 4-1 record with a 2.5 ERA. Both of these pitchers, both of them real good today, so we're going to get to see some real fine people. Here's your lineup, Tim.
Okay. Starting lineup for the Warriors. There you see them. DeCarlo, Van S, Vet. Huh? I don't know if that's Vet or Veta. Anyway, there are your starters, and the leadoff batter is Jacob DeCarlo. He is a left fielder. And the first pitch for a strike. 7 innings in high school baseball. Regulation, I guess I should say.
DeCarlo, I tell you, #1 batter on this team, batting .479, Tim. Is really, you see his name a lot. We've talked about him a little bit playing football, if I remember correctly.
Behind on the count, 0-2. Off the plate for a ball. Threw it out there hoping he might reach out for it. There you see on your screen, 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. And a good look from our center field. This one is chopped fouled on the left side.
Took a little bit off of that one. It looked like he's dropped it down a little bit, cut on top of it. But, you know, this, talking about the weather, we've really been lucky we could be able to do that girls' game Wednesday with a lot of rain the night before, and then this game today with a lot of rain last night. In fact, they told me that you were thinking about building an ark.
Last night I was. Swing and a miss. So the leadoff batter is a strikeout victim. And that'll bring up Van S, who is the right fielder for John Green's Kecoughtan Warriors.
Ed is batting .298.
Left-handed batter. Lineberry pitches hit to the third baseman, up with the ball and over to first in time for out number 2. So that'll bring up Chris, and I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Vet or Vetti?
I think it's Vetti.
Okay.
Chris Vetti, yeah. Chris is batting .283. Plays shortstop.
2 down here in the top of the first. Lineberry's low with the pitch. Ball 1. On deck is Zach Roughton, the second baseman, should Vetty keep the inning alive. Slow curve.
Yeah,
swung on a miss.
You can see that breaking as it got to the plate. We got a great position here. They built this little shelter here for us. Basically, it wasn't for us. Well, I will say that.
Sure. Well,
Mike Tyndall just, he went out of his way and built this for us because we're going to do the game today.
That's right. In the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Yes, that's right. Mike Tyndall, we'll give him a little plug here.
Yeah, 825-DECK. Give him a call. Custom decks and privacy fences.
Now say you've done it. Now you're going to have to pay us.
I asked him the other day how was business. He said, I got more than I can handle.
That's always a nice problem to have. Ball hit to the right side. Second baseman up with it over to first. And the batting for the Warriors, 1-2-3 in the inning. As Lineberry mowed him down on the top half of the first. So we go to the bottom half of the first inning with no score.
Talk a little bit about a crew. Director Scotty Bowers. Graphics Andy Foley. Audio is Rachel Barnes, and I'm going to talk a little more about Rachel a little later on. And Mike Nowinski, I guess they're working together on that. Watch the replay. Engineer Don Charaus. On cameras, Ricky Brown, Susan Bowers, and Nathaniel Braxton. And instant replay, Andre Mattingly.
Some of Andre's handiwork just a moment ago. Want to thank, what's his name? Mike something? Mike the House? Hauser.
Mike Hauser. Yeah, who is this guy on my left? Just done 4 games in the first one you showed up for.
Well.
And the reason I know it wasn't you, because the guy was standing there on that side had hair on his head.
That's right.
And he didn't order, but he did say he's going to start going up to that Zooms and asking for the Tim Cole special. I told him, I said, you're going to get chicken, you're going to get the Krispy Kreme donuts, a box and one.
A box and one.
But appreciate Mike stepping in for you. I know you had previous engagements, but
just unable to work it into the schedule. But I'm glad to be here and missed being with the 46 crew and you doing the spring sports. But this is the last regular scheduled game that we have. But hopefully we'll have some postseason action for you right here on Channel 46, the home of the best high school sports coverage in the state of Virginia.
And no doubt about that. Who we got on the mound? That's Mike Williams, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Mike Williams, the other left-hander in the matchup this afternoon.
He's got a 3.0 ERA.
And he'll be pitching to the right fielder, Troy Thomas. And he hits the first pitch to the right fielder, going back, and he won't get that one. That's going to be near the fence. Thomas in at second with a stand-up double. So
Troy Thomas, just a junior, Tim.
That was a ball that was difficult, apparently, for the right fielder to read, because he kept kind of circling around. He really wasn't sure how hard that ball was hit, and quite frankly, Thomas hit it a lot harder than I thought he might have. Here's a replay of the contact. I believe we've got it. Well, we'll stay with the live action. They're going to throw over to first to appeal whether or not the runner Thomas touched first, and they say, in fact, he did.
I thought he might be going to try to stretch that into a triple at first, but Mike held him up. The third base coach is head coach Mike Kendall.
So the shortstop, Rob Quinn, is the batter. The runner in scoring position. This pitch is also hit to deep right field. And this time has time to get underneath it and make the catch for out number 1. Tagging and advancing to third is Thomas.
Rob Quinn did a great job. They're jumping on that first pitch.
Yeah, both of the...
and look at that batting average. Quinn's got 439 coming in. He's helped that out.
Well, he won't help it out with that one because he was out. But
no, he's talking about the first runner.
Yeah. Yeah, he just barely. No, I'm talking about Which one has the 439 average?
Rob Quinn, the one who just
Flat out.
Flat out, yeah.
Well, he didn't help his average, is my point.
Okay, you're right.
Adam Kyle is your batter. He is the third baseman.
370.
Fouls it off to the right out of play.
But he got a sacrifice out of it.
Almost. Nope, no sacrifice on that one either.
Why not?
He invested runner, right?
Yeah, I'd give him a sacrifice.
I bet you would.
I'm very lenient.
One out and a man on third. Phantom's trying to break onto the scoreboard early here. Ball was just outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That was a teaser. That was hard to lay off of.
Yeah.
This one is hit back to the pitcher. He'll have a rundown. Now they got the runner Thomas between home and third. And they're going to get him. And in the process, Kyle will end up on second base, but Thomas is out in the rundown. So reaching on a fielder's choice, Thomas will be at second. Watch the replay here. You're going to see the ball hit right back to the pitcher. Thomas had already made the commitment. He was halfway between third and home. And so the Warriors executed the rundown to perfection.
Boy, they did that. Who do we have batting? Is this Walker?
This is Mr. Walker. Yes, it is. The left fielder, Mike Walker.
269 is his batting average.
So 2 down now, and a runner at second. This one in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. And down to third base will be Kyle. So now again, the Warriors, excuse me, rather the Phantoms, with a runner on third. Mike Williams will check the runner and pitch from the stretch. That one's right on the corner. Pretty pitch.
Yes, it was.
2 balls and 1 strike. Big curveball mishandled a little bit by the catcher. Had a little trouble with it, but he kept it in front of him. So no chance for the runner to advance. So the even count of 2-2.
David Jenkins catching for the Warriors.
Williams again from the stretch. And he got him on the
boy, what a nice pitch.
curve. So
fell right off the table.
So Walker strikes out to end the inning, and Warriors had an opportunity but unable to capitalize on it. They had 1 hit, but Thomas out in the rundown. And after 1 complete inning, our score is Phoebus 0 and Kecoughtan 0. You're talking about Zooms, Bob. Just called Donna before I came back from the store, went down there to get you a drink. Talking about what we'll have for dinner on Friday night. I think you might just have to do a quick stop at the Zooms up there on Warwick Boulevard.
Do you have your cell phone? Because you want to call them so they can put some extra chicken on?
They already anticipated that, I think. Left a note this morning.
Oh, well, good.
So kind of got a late game here, so we'll be stopping by. But
well, and fill up the tank with some Citco gas.
Exactly. Zooms, a great friend of Channel 46. We appreciate them sponsoring our high school coverage of sports.
They do every game we do. You can't ask for anything better than that. I tell you, David Allen, Zoom does a great job, and we appreciate everything he does.
Second baseman number 2, Zach Routon.
So the batter is Routon to lead off the top half of the second.
Junior, batting .435.
First pitch is inside for a ball. On deck is David Jenkins, the catcher, and then Mike Williams, the pitcher, is in the hole. That one was just a little low, apparently. So Lineberry falls behind on the count. 2 balls and no strikes. Almost identical spot, same call.
Well, that's what you call consistency, right?
Yeah. He's just off that corner. Lineberry needs to bring this one down. He does. That one is a little closer inside, enough to make the strike zone. And that one's way outside. So the Warriors get their first base runner of the afternoon.
Brings up the
And
catcher.
that'll bring up the catcher, David Jenkins.
David's another junior on this squad. Tim, there's only 3 seniors on the Kecoughtan squad.
John Green with a young team looking for a better year next year. Not that this has been a disaster. 8-8 on the season.
David's batting .444.
Took that one. That was a little high.
That's a good eye. That was one that you almost hate to let go by.
Oh, see, those high pitches were always my nemesis. You can see them too well. Can't hit them, but you can see them real well.
Oh, yeah. Close your eyes and swing.
There you see the lead at first. That one just caught the corner. 1-1 the count.
Got a
Runner on
nice
first.
little breeze here blowing from, actually from left field in, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Well, the flag, Old Glory, is showing it to be from left to right. And a pickoff attempt, and back safely is Roughton. Top of the second, no score. Runner on first, nobody out. Cole Lineberry is the pitcher. Left-hander delivers foul tip. One of the reasons you're thankful you wear that protective gear behind the
I
plate.
guarantee you. We've talked about that every time we've done a ball game, how hard it is to be the catcher.
And the umpire. Umpire catches a few of those too. Jenkins steps out for a moment. Quick throw over to first and just back. Pretty good move. Of course, left-handers notorious for having the
best moves.
best moves to first. And Barry again goes over to first, back safely. So trying to keep the runner close over there. Do we have any statistics on Roughton and his attempts at stealing by any chance?
Let's see what we got.
I don't know that we have anything.
Nope.
Oh, we do have some nice stats from the coaches.
Both coaches.
Appreciate their helping us.
Oh, I tell you, makes it much easier when we got stuff we can talk about. And,
Let's see, base on balls. Got to be everything but steals on there.
yeah, look, I didn't see anything up there.
On base percentage, slugging average. 2-2. Off the plate. Full count now. This game videotaped on the 10th of May, 2002. Tim Cole and Bob Hintz coming to you from Phoebus High School. Slow curve hit to the right side. Second baseman over. Quick throw to first. Gets the runner, and advancing to second is Zach Roughton. So he'll move down to second on the ground out.
No way he could have gotten anybody but the runner on that.
And a slow grounder.
Yeah.
So Jenkins is out, second to first as you watch the replay.
Michael Williams is the pitcher, is one of the seniors on this team.
Williams, the batter. On deck is Steve Chambers.
Batting .263.
Help his cause here. It could mean a run, and that one was hit sharply to right field and is hooking away, and it will not be caught as Williams will end up on first, but it was hit so sharply that the man on second had to hold up at third.
Yeah.
A nice hit to the right side by the pitcher, Mike Williams. So Roughton moves over to third now. So batter on first, and the runner moves over to third. Got him on the corners.
Got him on the corner. I had to teach that to Mike.
Oh, is that?
Runners on the corners, Mike. Steve Chambers.
Steve Chambers, your third baseman.
Batting .319.
So the Warriors now with a good opportunity, but just one away. Phantoms would love to turn a double play here. From the stretch, pitch is low for a ball.
Boy, he is not missing the plate, but just getting a little bit low.
That's what the good ones do. They'll just be a little bit off. Always around the plate. He's had good control so far. Hit, ooh, right back to the pitcher. Hit him in the foot. But because of that, unable to advance, his throw over to first was not in time. The first baseman off the bag. And hopefully Mike Williams is, Lineberry is okay. He caught that line drive to the foot. This literally hit him in the foot. And he's gonna.
Well, they're arguing about interfering with the runner, I think, Tim.
Which runner?
The one going down to second.
I didn't see that, and
I didn't either. But I saw both Kecoughtan coaches. I don't know if we got anything on that or not.
I tell you, see Lineberry go down like a ton of bricks. He hit that ball was hit sharply and hit him right in the foot. Let's see if we have anything here.
Well, he is limping a little bit on that foot.
He took a pretty good shot. There you see, but I don't know where there would be any question about interference because they weren't going anywhere anyway. The man on third wasn't going anywhere. That's advancing to third was Roughton, or actually staying on third, I should say. He didn't actually advance. So Chambers is on first. Williams is on second. And Roughton on third. So we'll give him a couple of pitches here to see if he's all right. As I said, that was a sharp line drive to the foot.
No.
Correct. The bases are loaded. No score yet. Man on third couldn't come in because the ball in hitting the pitcher stayed in front of him. So the runner on third couldn't advance. And as a matter of fact, it was a close play at first.
Yeah.
Had the first baseman.
He came off of the bag. And
I'm not sure exactly why he did because the ball wasn't thrown off the bag, but he Well, yeah, they called him out at first.
They caught him out at first, and I'm not sure why, but.
Oh yeah, maybe because I apologize because I didn't know they called him out.
We got 2 outs then, right?
No.
Two
outs. That's a strange call because the first baseman was clearly off the bag. I mean, the throw beat the runner, but he wasn't on the bag.
I'm not going to touch it because I'm not sure what happened.
I'm not either, and that's as critical as I'm going to be of it. Slow curve, got him swinging. That is Mark Mahaffey, excuse me, the first baseman.
Batting 250.
One and one the count. Runners on second and third, not loaded. I apologize. That was actually a ground out to first, 1-3. This one is a foul ball off the plate. So let me see here. 1-3 was Chambers. And Mahaffey now behind on the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'd love to hear the explanation on that call on first.
Maybe we get the Steve Reed's attention and find out what that was.
And a swing and a miss. So the Phantoms get out of big trouble as Mahaffey strikes out to end the top half of the second inning. See if we can figure out what might have happened on that call. And maybe I'm wrong, but it appeared to me that the first baseman was not on the bag when he caught the ball from the pitcher.
he was like our announcer here was saying, he's a couple 3 feet off.
And it wasn't even really close. Sometimes they'll give you that around the bag thing, but not usually in the first base, because when they do that, and I've never agreed with it, is when you have a play at second, when the shortstop plays the ball to the second baseman or vice versa, and then they have a chance where they kind of sweep the foot.
We watch that.
See what we can pick up here. See that?
You see, he's not even on the
No,
bag.
he's not even on the bag. And even then, it was been questionable if he'd gotten him had he been on the bag. But anyway. We'll see if we can't get an explanation of how that was called out, because I thought it was a bases loaded situation, and in fact there was an out called at first base. In any event, we move to the bottom half of the second inning, and our batters will be Joe Tugwell, the first baseman.
Leading things off here in the bottom of the second inning.
All right. That was what they called. That runner was thrown out.
They just said he was just plain out, as in threw him out 1-3.
Okay. Who we have here?
Well, that's Tugwell is our batter. He's the first baseman. Cole Lineberry, the pitcher, is on deck. And then the DH, Alan Pavlik, is
Joe
on.
batting 286.
Hit deep to center field, but right to the center fielder for out number 1.
Center field and make the catch for out number 1. And that brings up to the plate the pitcher number 3, Cole Lineberry.
So Lineberry is your batter. Doesn't appear to be any for the worse after that line drive hit him in the foot.
He's batting 316, one of the seniors on this team. Mike's got more seniors. He's got 6 seniors as opposed to only 3 on the Warrior team.
Pitch is a called strike. Lefty versus lefty. And that one's right there as well. So quickly Lineberry behind 0-2. Bottom half of the second inning, no score. Both teams have had opportunities. This one hit to the second baseman, over to first in time for out number 2. That'll bring up
Designated hitter number 20.
number 20, Alan Pavlik.
Allen is the DH.
Here's your replay of that last out. Pavlik batting for Barry Diggs, who is the second baseman.
Yeah, that young man was all-district football 2 years at center for the state champion Phoebus Phantoms this past year. And he was Citizen of the Month last month.
Busy young man. That's the Group AAA state champion Phoebus Phantoms.
Yeah. His mother is the secretary where Mike Hauser works. When I call for Mike, she answers the phone. She says, I know your voice. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Pitch is a call strike. So Mike Williams finding the strike zone now. 2 up and 2 down here in the second. And quickly ahead of the batter Pavlik. This one hit to the left side. Third baseman knocks it down. And a long throw to first in time. Good play to stick with that one and come up with the ground out to end the inning. So
that was Steve Chambers at third, Tim.
3 up and 3 down here in the second. So we've played 2 complete innings now, and our score is still Phoebus nothing and Kecoughtan nothing.
Talk about WHCS and Phoebus High School student Rachel Barnes, winner of the TSA, which is Technology Student Association Award for the film video category of her video, The Life of an Olympian, the 1992 swimming medalist Chrissy Parham. And in June, she goes to Denver for the national competition. But she didn't invite us.
Miss Barnes?
Did you get an invitation to go to Denver?
No.
Okay. Well, Channel 46 again was recently informed that they were recipient of the Award of Distinction. The Videographer Awards, the past, present, and future, won Award of Distinction in 2 categories: Facility Overview and Government Educational. Congratulations, WHCS.
Continue to rack up those awards.
I tell you what, they doing a good job.
All right, so for the Warriors, as we go to the top of the third, is the number 9 batter, your center fielder, Zach Alexander.
Zach is a junior.
He'll be followed by DeCarlo, the leadoff batter.
Remember Kara Alexander pitch?
Yeah.
That's her brother.
Pitch is just outside.
And his daddy is one of the assistant coaches on the girls softball team. Mama is the secretary for Fendoff Taylor.
There it is, called 1-1. You and I were talking off air. I was having some physical therapy for my back recently, and young lady we had the pleasure of following through her sports career at Bethel High School, Jennifer Nowacki. She was my therapist.
It's kind of neat to run into these young people after they graduate, and oh man, they know us.
Yeah.
They've changed a little because they've gotten more mature. You and I, we've just gotten heavier.
And older.
Well, I didn't want to say that, but that's true.
Well, she works up at Tidewater Physical Therapy. Jennifer Nowacki, as the batter went around, and now the catcher didn't hold on to the pitch, so he'll throw him out at first, and Alexander will be a strikeout victim for the first out of the top of the third. So DeCarlo will be the second batter. He struck out in the first.
He's been in 111 innings, had 48 at bats, Tim, and has scored 12 runs and 17 hits.
Pitch is off the plate.
Young man's got 6 doubles and has walked 13 times. 5 RBIs.
Lineberry delivers again outside. So 2 balls and no strikes. On deck is the right fielder, Ed Van S. That's kind of an unusual name, probably Dutch, I would assume.
I would think so. It sounds like it is.
You got this. Right down the middle. Right down the middle.
So DeCarlo ahead of the count now. He is looking at 3 balls and no strikes, and that one is right there. Big, slow breaking curveball. 3 balls and 1 strike. 1 out here, top of the third. No score between Kecoughtan and Phoebus. Chopped foul down the left side. So the count is full now. Van Ness on deck, and if he keeps the inning going, Chris Vetti will follow. Swing and a miss. That's just 2. They were headed to the dugout a little early there.
Well, if you could get it.
Want to get the game over with. I understand that, fellas, but you're going to have to play for 3 outs.
You got to have 3 outs.
Right fielder, Ed Van Ness.
So the right fielder,
Don Chiraus and Rachel Barnes' mother in our picture.
colorful picture with that orange top she's got on and his red shirt.
Well, Don is trying to explain something to her, and he needs pencil and paper so he can understand it, so he can explain it to somebody. But Don does a good job.
1 ball and no strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the third. In the dirt, 2-0. 7 innings is our scheduled number of innings for this high school baseball game.
He's been played 112 innings. Ed has.
This is hit to the second baseman. Slow roller over to first in time for the 3rd out. So the Warriors go in order. And after 2.5 innings, we're still scoreless. The Warriors have 1 hit. And the Phantoms likewise have 1 hit. We move to the bottom of the 3rd. The batter will be Kyle Shoemake. He'll be followed by Jennison Jenkins, and then the top of the order with Troy Thomas, who has the 1 Phantom hit. Nice crowd on hand this afternoon. It's just a beautiful afternoon. Temperature in the mid-70s, a nice breeze, not too humid. couple of our
Mike
crew.
Nowinski
Mike
and
Nowinski.
Ricky Brown. And
Brown.
Mike Hale. What's Mike doing? Nothing? He's getting a tan. Okay.
He's working on his tan.
It looked like he's working on his tan.
He's giving them some tips.
Yeah, look at Nice try, Mike. We know. This young man, Shoemake, just a freshman, Tim.
Anything off here in the bottom of the third inning for the Phoebus
He's
Phantoms.
batting .316. Move that ladder and he'll be up there forever.
Come on, Shoemake, you got this.
So the Phantoms now, who had a threat in the first inning, and that one nicked Shoemake, so he'll get first base, hit by pitch. And Jenkins, your center fielder, will be the batter.
11th grader Jenkins batting .254.
Shoemake, the catcher, will be replaced on the base path so that he can put his gear back on. He's allowed to come out of the game and then come back in.
But that's number 15 up there that is running for him, and I don't have a 15 here on my roster.
You know what? I'll bet we can find out who that is. What's his first name? Billy Callis.
Right here, number 15, Billy Callis.
Didn't make our regular roster, but got our subplot roster.
The subplot.
So Jenkins is the batter with the runner on first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. In the dirt. Callis is going. Throw down to second is in time for the out. Nice throw by Jenkins, the catcher.
It was.
Get a replay of this. You're going to see a good job. Ball was in the dirt. Handle it nicely. And good throw to nail the runner. Pitch is outside for Jenkins. 2 balls and no strikes. This one's hit foul down the first base line, out of play. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out, and nobody on. Fouled out of play.
Don't let him in there, 0.
2-2. Got a real nice crowd on hand here. We
Oh, really?
got the couple of the bleachers they've built here are filled up. I can't see to the right side, but down the left side they're kind of full and people standing.
Well, we got Buddy Denton, the former coach at Kecoughtan, here in attendance.
This one's hit to left center and it's going to drop in. So Jennison Jenkins is on with a single to left.
Hey, anytime you get a little action from your number 9 hitter, that's got to be good.
And that'll bring up your leadoff batter, Troy Thomas, who singled to open the game, but was stranded on third in the first inning.
Troy's only had 27 at bats coming in. Scored 6 runs, had 10 hits, batting .370. Excellent leadoff hitter. Coach really likes his ability to make contact with the ball.
This one hit to the shortstop. Perfect double play ball in time to turn the double play. That was a
I mean, you couldn't hit it any better.
mail order. So Thomas hits into a double play to end the third inning. Phantoms had an opportunity, but unable to capitalize as they got their second hit of the ball game. So after 3 full, it's still scoreless. And we knew, I talked about it, the ERAs for these pitchers was very good, and we've seen just what we expected at this point. Both of these pitchers with ERAs below 3.
You're correct, quite correct.
Quite correct, sir. Doesn't happen often.
On the 1st of May at the school board meeting, Zooms awarded the Academic Excellence Award, the Zooms Award, to the baseball players, softball players, girls and boys soccer players this past for this season, and they we would like to thank David Allen and Zooms for allowing us to recognize these athletes. And Tim, out of those 16 with a 4.0 scale, their average was 3.94. That's heavy-duty stuff.
That's pretty good stuff.
So we appreciate Zooms and David Allen for all their efforts.
All right, our leadoff batter is the shortstop, Chris Vetty. Zach Routon and David Jenkins.
Chris has played 112 innings, has had 53 at-bats, 14 hits, I'm sorry. Batting .400, has walked 6 times.
Takes the pitch for a strike. Lineberry delivers off the plate. 1-1. Plate umpire this afternoon, Steve Reed and Terry Rosser working the bases. Hit to the third baseman. Slow roller, took a strange hop, and that's going to cause the runner to make it to first safely.
Well, that's one of those where you almost have to charge as a third baseman, because it is such a slow roller. You're right. If you don't get it clean, it's going to be a tough throw anyway. Yeah.
See, it just kind of took a strange hop. It was right at that area where the grass ends and the dirt begins, and it just kind of took I'm going to give him a single on that one. That's not that I'm the official scorekeeper, but he never would have gotten him.
No, I don't think he would have either without.
But you're right. That's the kind you absolutely have to charge.
Yeah.
The only way you're going to get him. So the Warriors with a base runner.
And who we have batting?
We have batting Zach Routon.
Zach Routon.
Pitch over to first base, and he's back. Zach walked in the second inning.
Well, he has had 7 walks prior to that. He's 46 at bat, 17 hits, 3 triples. I'm sorry, 3 doubles.
And I almost got him. Some of the crowd here thought they might have. Good pickoff move by Lineberry, but runner just got back. Jenkins is on deck for the Warriors. High for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, the district tournament's coming up. May 18th, Saturday, starts the district tournament. Number 4 seed versus 5 seed at 1 o'clock, and 3 versus 6 at 4 o'clock. And that's on a Saturday. Then on the Monday, May 20th, number 1 will play the winner of the 4 and 5 at 3 o'clock, and the number 2 seed will play the winner of 3 and 6 at 6 o'clock, and then the finals on the 22nd at 6 o'clock. And this is all at War Memorial Stadium.
Encourage you to come on out and support your favorite team. So base on balls, and there haven't been a lot of those, just a couple, but Routon has his second walk. So the Warriors now with runners on first and second. David Jenkins, the catcher, is the batter.
David, 45 at bats, 14 hits, a double, a triple, a home run, a couple of walks, 5 RBIs.
Call strike on the inside corner.
Nice location on that pitch. Nice crowd, nice crowd. And there's the Alexanders with us today. Zach's parents, I talked about them earlier.
Ball gets away from the catcher. That'll advance the runners. So the Warriors, base runners, move up to second and third. So now base hit means a run in this scoreless game.
And we have no outs.
And nobody out, exactly. So just a little bit of control problem cropping up here for Cole Lineberry. Walked Roughton, and then pitch was in the dirt and got away from the catcher. This one has popped up right side out of play and made the tennis courts over there. One ball and 2 strikes.
Everybody ready out there, Phoebus?
This one is hit to the right side. Runners have to check up for a minute. Over to first in time for the first out. So the runners had to hold up there as Jenkins hit that ball weakly to the right side. Might have tried to send a runner, but you know, it's tough. I think he could have made it because the ball wasn't hit that sharply.
Yeah, he could have put pressure on the second baseman's fielding that ball.
Played that pretty conservatively.
Mike's had Williams 38 at bats, 8 hits, has drawn only 1 walk, but he's got 7 RBIs.
Well, he has the other hit in this contest for the Warriors. He had a single in the second inning. Outside corner swung on and missed. Runners at second and third. Betty's on third and Roughton is on second.
Keep an eye on that the catcher. Doing a great job. Great location for the ball. That's Kyle Shoemake. He's just a 9th grader, but he's got that mitt in just the area he wants that ball to come, and doing a good job.
1-2 the count. 2-2. 1 out here. Runners at second and third in a scoreless game here. We're in the top of the 4th. Kecoughtan at bat, Phoebus in the field. Hit sharply, fair down
ball.
First baseline.
That'll bring in a couple.
That'll bring in both of those runners. Mike Williams helping his own cause here with an RBI double down the right field line. He's got 2 hits this afternoon, and does Mr. Williams. And when you're the pitcher and you can do that kind of stuff, big help. Watch this. This is just hit sharply past the first baseline.
And it, we could see right down the baseline, and it was
smoked. He smoked it.
Yeah, but that thing probably didn't hit 6 inches in fair territory, but
clearly fair. So now Steve Chambers will be the batter. He grounded out. He was the young man who hit the line drive back to Lineberry for that somewhat phantom out at first base, if you'll pardon the expression.
47 times at bat, has had 12 hits, 3 doubles, walked 3 times, and driven in 5 runs. Got a runner on second.
A little bit low and outside. Ball and no strikes. Mike Williams with a double and 2 RBI. He, by the way, has been replaced as a runner. I said Mike Williams, excuse me, not Mike Williams.
Mike Williams, yeah. And what's that number?
Number 8 is the substitute runner.
And that's Brandon Colburn.
And again, the rules in high school are a little bit different than those of you who may watch the big leagues. You can substitute for your catcher or your pitcher on the bases. And they are allowed, of course, to come back in. This one's fouled off the plate. 2-1 to count.
Come on, Paul. Go, go.
Top half of the fourth, 1 out.
Adding 319 is Steve.
Fouled out of play down the right field line. So that evens the count at 2-2. Coburn takes his lead off a second. Hit fair down the first baseline. First baseman will come up with it and play it unassisted for the second out of the inning.
First out. Either third base in time. 2 outs on the board.
That was a close run.
Almost got him. So the batter now will be number 9, Mark Mahaffey. He was a strikeout victim in the second inning.
48 at bats, has 9 hits, walked a couple times.
Runner at third now with the Warriors leading 2-0. Swing and a miss on a slow curve. Two-run double by Mike Williams to give the Warriors a 2-0 lead. Hit foul down the first baseline, out of play. So Lineberry is quickly ahead on the count. Gave a little sidearm. That ball got away from the catcher, but fortunately for the Phantoms, ball didn't wander too far.
I tell you, that was a different delivery, wasn't it?
Yeah,
He been coming overhand, and that was all of a sudden sidearm.
Dropped down to the sidearm, and ball got a little wild. But a good job by Shoemake, that freshman catcher you've alluded to stay with the ball and prevent a third run from coming in. Slow curve just outside, and boy, was he teased. He wanted to go after that something terrible. It's one of those things when you got a 2-strike count on you that you've got to protect the plate. That one's just a little low, so it runs the count full now. Lineberry wanted that one. And ball 4. So the last 2 pitches come in a little too low for the umpire's liking.
2 outs.
So now with runners at first and third.
And brings up to the plate center fielder Zach Alexander.
Zach Alexander, the number 9 batter.
Alexander, 30 at bats. Has had 3 hits. Walked a couple times, got a couple RBIs and 3 sacrifices.
He struck out in the third inning. 0 for 1 on the afternoon. Over to first. Runners back in plenty of time. Coburn running for Williams at third. Mahaffey down at first. Lineberry's pitch is high. See a good look at Mr. Alexander. This one was fouled off the plate.
All right, you're on top. You're on top. There you go. Now drive one. Drive one.
1-1.
Sun-drenched field.
Oh, it's a beautiful afternoon. Outside, ball 2. Should be this nice the rest of the weekend with any luck at all. Mother's Day on Sunday.
Yep.
Just Just inside, 3 balls and no strikes. So Lineberry having some difficulty finding the strike zone right now. 3-1, 2 down. And runners at first and third.
Hey, go, right here. Give it a ride, bud. Give it a ride.
Lineberry wants this pitch. And it just caught the corner.
Zach was on his way to first.
That was one way or the other. That was going to be just on or just off the plate. The umpire said it just caught the corner. So 2 down with the count full. Big pitch coming up here. Throw over to first. Back easily is Mahaffey.
All right, bud. What say now? What say now?
Runners going, and the pitch is outside, ball 4. So Lineberry walks the batter, and that'll load him up.
That brings up to the top of the order, DiCarlo, isn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Carlo is due. He is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Has struck out both times.
Coming into the batting .479 coming into today's contest.
So the bases are jammed. Takes the pitch, strike. Kecoughtan 2 and Phoebus nothing. 2 runs here in the top of the 4th. All low, 1-1. Two hits in the inning and 3 walks have been the undoing of Cole Lineberry. That one just caught the corner on with kind of an inside-out pitch.
Yeah.
Kept going, fading.
I wasn't sure it got the corner, but Steve Reed said yes, it did, and he's the man that counts.
That one's high, 2-2. So Lineberry getting himself into a pretty do-or-die situation here pretty quickly. Count is 2-2 with 2 outs, bases loaded. And he got him. So DiCarlo, for the 3rd time this afternoon, goes down swinging.
2 runs, 1 hit, 1 error.
So the Warriors come up with a couple of runs, and fortunately for the Phantoms, that's all, because
they could have ended up with more than 2.
Yeah, they ended up leaving the bases loaded, but they did pick up a couple of runs on 2 hits and a couple of walks. The big hit, a double by Mike Williams to drive in the 2 runs. So after 3.5 innings, it's Kecoughtan 2 and Phoebus coming up to bat nothing in the bottom of the 4th. The Phantoms will bring to the plate Rob Quinn, Adam Kyle, and Mike Walker, the scheduled batters. We'll talk about our good friends at Parklawn Wood Funeral Home, which is conveniently located at Hampton Center Parkway and North Armstead Avenue in Hampton. For a tour of the facility, stop by or give them a call at 827-4670. Nancy Staten is the manager over there at Parklawn Wood Funeral Home. Folks help support our high school sports. We appreciate their doing so.
And of course, if you're hungry on the way home, Tim is going to stop by Zoom's, pick up some fried chicken and fill up his tank. What are you going to have?
I think we're going to get pizza tonight. They have some really good pizza.
Well, I know you like the potato wedges, and of course your Krispy Kreme donuts come with a box in one. Do they put a little side thing on there? How do they get 13 in that?
It's a sidecar.
Little sidecar. They look out for you, don't they?
Absolutely. That's right. Quinn flat out to right field. His only other time up, takes a big breaking curveball for a strike, so he gets behind on the count. Mike Williams up. No balls and 2 strikes.
Rob Quinn is 25 hits, has 7 doubles and 2 triples, a home run, 12 RBIs, been hit by a batter twice, or hit by a pitch twice, batting .439.
Made you flinch. Fouled that one back into the screen here.
Rob Quinn is a 4-year starter. Second team All-District. He's going to CNU. He's got a 4.1 GPA.
Hits it to the shortstop. Long throw over to first in time for the first out of the bottom of the fourth. So Quinn grounds out 6-3. And Adam Kyle is your batter.
You watch the replay. Adam Kyle batting .370 is 46 at bats, had 17 hits, 4 doubles, a triple, a home run, 13 RBIs, leading the team in that, and has walked 10 times. Third-year starter. GPA of this young man is 4.3.
Williams is high and outside, so he falls behind. 2 balls and no strikes.
Let's go. You find something you want, drive it in the hole.
In the dirt. So Williams behind 3-0.
Has Mike walked anybody today?
I'm not sure. Let me look real quickly here. Don't think he has,
Well, he just did.
but now he has.
We know he has one.
So Adam Kyle is a base runner for the Phantoms.
Brings up young Mike Walker, senior, on the team. Mike has had 52 at bats, 14 hits, 8 RBIs, batting .269.
Throw over to first, not in time.
Wonder what that is.
Well, I bet I can figure that out if I think that's long enough. Strikeouts? Ks.
That must be.
Yeah.
Okay.
A ball and a strike with 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. Scheduled for 7. And a swing and a miss.
Oh, that thing had a little action on it.
Nasty curveball, one of those big breakers.
Thing's hanging up there, and you say, oh man, I got it, and then all of a sudden you swing and it's the foot below the where you swung.
That one stayed up high. 2-2. Hit with a deep right field, and the right fielder drops the ball. Now, did he catch it? Yes, they say he had it long enough for the out.
Ball in the right field. They say he made the catch. Holds the runner at first base.
Yeah, he dropped it, getting ready to throw.
Yep, yep. But it was close. You you don't want that kind of opportunity to be in question.
Nope.
But it did appear to be just that. It looked like he dropped the ball after he had securely caught it. Well, now the wind starts to blow in from center field. We've had a nice calm breeze this afternoon.
Joe Tugwell, a senior, batting.
We were out here
You're
once.
trying to chase these papers all over.
Well, we were out here once. I remember when we just
Oh man,
we
were
were
talking
over
about
Bethel. Remember a couple
Yeah.
times Bethel out there in the middle of nowhere.
that. Young man's a good pitching prospect. He's got a 3.3 GPA. Probably going to either CNU or Old Dominion. He's a third-year starter, batting .286. He's walked 10 times.
Takes the called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs here. Phantoms down 2-0, trying to get back in this one. Got a base runner. The pitcher, Lineberry, is on deck, fouled out of play.
We just got that on the end of the bat.
Just did. He got a end of the bat. This one is
that
hit.
could be
That
trouble.
is definitely trouble. That was a Texas leaguer. Runner going to third and is going to get in there safely as the ball was in the dirt.
And
Good throw would have gotten him.
Yeah. The runner or the batter got down, went on to second on the throw.
Yep. Single and advanced on the throw, exactly correct. Adam Kyle ends up on third, so the Phantoms now with a chance here.
Well, their pitcher has a chance to do some help of himself.
Much like Mr. Williams
Third-year
did.
starter, Cole is going to CNU, is batting .316. 12 hits, 7 doubles.
Gets to the right side, 2 outs. This would end the inning, and it does. So Lineberry unable to get a base hit there, and the Phantoms strand a couple of runners. So it had a single and a walk.
1 hit, 2 errors, and 2 deadlines.
So we've played 4 complete now, and our score is Kecoughtan 2 and Phoebus nothing. Mike Williams came up with a good pitch there and got his counterpart, Mr. Lineberry, to ground out. So moving to the top half of the 5th inning, the Warriors will see where are they going to be. They're going to be looking at their number 2 batter, Ed Van Ness, followed by Chris Vetti and Zach Roughton.
Well, Van Ness, young man, talked about some of the GPAs on the Phoebus team. I don't want to slight these young men over here for the Warriors. Van Ness has got a 3.8 GPA.
Not too shabby. In spite of my back situation, which has kept me from playing golf, but I've been able to walk. So Don and I have been doing 8 to 10 miles a week.
Yeah, I was talking to Richard McDonald. You haven't seen Richard McDonald. That guy's lost probably 90 pounds.
Wow.
And I said, well, what have you done? And he said, one thing, I'm walking my
Weight off.
weight off. He's said I'm up to 8 miles a day.
Oh, 8 miles a day. Well,
And then he went on the low carbohydrates. And there's Susan Bowers on top of the big truck. So, you know, the going low carbohydrates and walking has really changed, and he really looks good.
that's great. 90 pounds. Wow. Van Ness, who is 0 for 2 this afternoon.
Oh, those who don't know, Richard, of course, is the girls' softball coach over at Kecoughtan.
This will be played by the first baseman by himself for out number 1. Ground out for the first out. So Chris Vetti, we are taking a chance.
I think it's Vetti. I'm pretty sure it is. Just a sophomore. Chris has got a 3.1 GPA. I look down at the Kecoughtan roster, Tim, and every one of them except one has got a 3.1 or better. That's heavy-duty stuff.
That's good stuff.
All their starters.
Strike 2 on the attempted bunt.
What do you say? 3 right here, baby.
So Lineberry ahead of the count. 0-2 with 1 out here in the top of the 5th.
Chris has got 53 at-bats, 14 hits. He's had 1 double, has walked 6 times, struck out 7, batting .283.
That one's low for a ball. 2-2.
Here it is right here. Bye.
That one's in the dirt. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the batter with 1 out here. On deck is Zach Roughton, who scored one of the 2 Kecoughtan runs this afternoon.
Well, that breeze feels good, doesn't it?
Oh, it's just gorgeous out here. And that one is just a little bit low. So the Phantoms put another runner on the base paths as Betty draws the walk.
Well, looking out at the flag, we got a nice breeze coming in here, almost coming from left field. But you look at the flag out there, Tim, because of the trees around it, it's just hanging limp.
Yeah, it looks like there's no breeze, but it is a...
Braxton out there hiding between the
He's
limbs.
still out there, isn't he?
He's still there. I tell you, I'm just thinking, boy, a long fly ball out there in deep center, and he could be in deep trouble.
That'd be well hit. That'd be about 360 out there. 1 ball and no strikes to Roughton. Jenkins, the catcher, is on deck. Quick throw over to first and back in time. Not to be confused with going back in time, which is what we do during our football coverage, which will be here before you know it, Bob.
I tell you right. You on the money.
We're here in May already. Runner is going. Shoemake's throw down is not in time. Umpire ruled the base is stolen. So we'll watch it again. It was real close, but let's. I think he got in there. If the throw had been down a little bit lower, he was there.
Oh man, it was but it was close. You're right, but he just got there.
Yeah, he was just there. Yep, he just got there. Toughest call.
You equate that to the charge. And
it's so
blocking foul in basketball. That's a tough call because I mean you got to make it just like that, and he did. There was no hesitation.
No, I think it was the right call. It was bang bang, but he beat it by a half a tick. Yeah. Like I said, if the throw had been a little lower, if it had been in a position to tag him as he was coming in, but he had to reach up, and just that extra time it took for him to bring the throw down a little bit, and then certainly not being critical of the throw, it was there.
Yeah, well, Mike Tittle just wanted to let him know he wasn't real happy. He thought it was awful close.
Yeah.
And that's what the coach is supposed to do. Yeah.
So the Warriors now with a runner in scoring position. This one's hit high and deep to right field. Thomas makes the throw over to third.
Whoa, what an arm.
Yeah. Kept Mr. Vetty from advancing.
That was a great throw. It brings up David Jenkins.
Catcher David Jenkins.
Go ahead.
No, so say Roughton was the second out, and then Jenkins is your batter.
He's been bat 45 times, 7 hits, 14 hits, 7 runs, is double, a triple, a home run, a couple of walks, 5 RBIs. He struck out 6 times, batting .444.
He's due, and he delivers right to Thomas. Unfortunately for the Warriors, that was hit right to him. That ball was smoked, but right to the right fielder, Thomas. Troy Thomas makes the last 2 outs, and the Warriors unable to add to their run total.
Everybody stand up.
And watch this again. This ball was hit sharply to right field. Troy Thomas right there. So no hits in the inning. The walk, and it ends up not hurting the Phantoms. So still just 3 hits for the Warriors, but they've made the most of them with 2 runs. The 2-run RBI double by Mike Williams, the difference in this ball game. Phantoms in the bottom half of the 5th inning will send up Alan Pavlik, the designated batter.
And he's
Kyle
batting
Shoemake.
Who's he batting for?
He's batting for Brady Diggs, the second baseman. And also due up are the catcher Shoemake and the center fielder Jenkins.
Brady Diggs doing a good job. He's a good defensive player at second. Pavlik, young man's only batted 6 times, has 3 hits, has walked 6 times, struck out 6 times.
Sounds to me like you should play 6s in the lottery.
Yeah.
So, Bob, you playing a lot of golf these days?
In fact, I played this morning.
Well, it's Friday, isn't it?
Yeah. Usually play Friday afternoon, but I said, hey, when I got a ball game, I got to play in the morning. You talk about wet.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Gee, man.
I'm surprised you were able to play.
It was not a pretty sight.
I can't even imagine playing after the rain we had.
Shot pretty well on the front.
What'd you shoot?
Shot 39 over at the Hamptons on the Woods course, but on the back, about 40, I think 43 on the, ended up with it.
Not too bad. Pavlik takes the call, strike. 1-1 the count.
Yeah, Bob Killen played with us, and Jack McDonald, Bill Smith, our little foursome that we play.
Pavlik 0 for 1 on the afternoon. 2 balls and 1 strike, as that one was just outside.
Well, Andy told me that he's going to go out and play with Killen. He said Killen told him he wasn't doing very good the other day. Killen beat all of us, shot a 79 at the Woodlands. I said, you better get some strokes from that guy.
Yeah, Killen is, for a man who doesn't play all that often, plays pretty
well,
good.
He's playing 2-3 times a week
Is
now.
he?
Yeah, he's playing a lot more, hitting the ball better. All right.
So the Phantoms get a base runner as Pavlik draws the walk.
All right. Then brings up the catcher, number
21.
He's the 9th grader.
Kyle Shoemake.
38 at bats, has 12 hits, walked 9 times, has an RBI, batting .316. And coach said he's just a natural catcher.
Got a base runner, Ramsey.
That's
Quez. I remember him. I think I remember him from last year. Remember, it's such an unusual pronunciation of his name.
Quez?
Yeah, Quez, and it's spelled
Q-U-I-R-O-Z, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't have come up with Quez.
Half the letters are silent. Hit sharply to left, and that'll be a single to left. And now the Phantoms have something going. As Quez advances.
Now, Quez is he's on second. You see he's got his right arm or wrist. I think he broke his wrist.
It looks that way. And you saw the sharply hit ball to left.
And that brings up this is the leadoff. No, he's not the leadoff.
Number 9 batter, Jenkins.
He's the 9th batter, right?
But it also brings out John Green as a little meeting at the mound here to discuss things and probably just settle everything down a little bit. Williams has been going along nicely here. He's only allowed up till this inning 3 hits through 4.
Well, Jenkins has had 59 at bats. The most of anybody on the team is 15 hits. 5 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs. Has walked 7 times, but he's also struck out 16, batting .254. He's got one of the hits in this game, hasn't he?
Yes, he does. You all right? Yep, he had a single back in the 3rd. He's 1 for 1, and he fouls that one off, attempting to bunt.
Trying to advance the runners, which is not a bad thing with no outs.
Yeah, and you might even make him play the ball. You might even end up getting on with an error or something. So I think it's an excellent attempt. Went foul, however. And he went for that one, so he's quickly behind 0-2. So now, of course, even the most elementary of baseball fans knows that if he attempts and fouls off this attempt at a bunt, he will be an automatic out. Runners at first and second. And he swings and fouls it down the first base line.
He hesitated a fraction of a second, and that's why it went down the right field. He was almost saying, I don't know if it was, I'm going to swing.
Yeah, late on the swing. 0-2. Nobody out.
I played ball with Clark Walden, and Clark Walden could do that. He could hitch his swing, and he'd hit it right over the first base every time. I could not do that, but he had it time and down.
It's outside. Ball and 2 strikes. 2 men on, nobody out here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Warriors 2, Phoebus nothing, and Mike is unable to. Mike Williams unable to find the strike zone now for the 2nd consecutive pitch, so he evens the count at 2-2. This one hits to deep center field, way back and over the head of the center fielder. This will bring Guez home for the first run, and a stand-up double for Jennison Jenkins.
What a nice, that's 2 hits for that young man.
Got 2 hits and an RBI now with the Phantoms' first run of the ball game. So they walk to Pavlik, ends up costing. That ball was hit, yeah, you say deep over the center fielder's head.
Well, and the shoemate on first hesitated. Had he saw how the center fielder was running, he would have might have been able to score on that.
So we're going to have a pitching change now.
Brings in number 15.
Okay, so let's see. Number 12 is McCallum. Paul McCallum goes over to third base.
Billy Callis, is that pitcher now?
No, Chambers.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm wrong.
Yeah, Mike Chambers is your pitcher.
Yeah, Mike Chambers. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what we've got on Mike Chambers.
I said Mike Chambers. It's Steve Chambers.
Steve, you're right. Okay, yeah, he's pitched 49 innings, Tim. He's got a 2-point ERA.
So he moves from third to pitcher.
He's got 40 strikeouts.
And Paul McCallum comes into the game to play third, and Mike Williams goes over to first. So we got changes everywhere here.
So we lost the starting.
Looks
first
like we
baseman.
lost the starting first baseman is what it boils down to. McCallum comes into third. Chambers moves to pitcher, and Williams moves over to first. So we've got a 1-run ball game now as the Phantoms have scored and have runners at second and third, and still nobody out here.
Go, guys. Find a dugout. Let's go. Hey, get a bit like this. Let's get it up and down.
Well, a single will score the man on third and tie this baby up, and that's what Mike's hoping for. And this is the leadoff hitter.
Top of the order, Troy Thomas.
Thomas got what do you get? A single the first time at bat.
He's 1 for 2.
He's got 2 triples, a double.
Not today.
No, but and has 5 strikeouts. Batting .370. Excellent leadoff hitter.
Lots of action. This is one of the things about baseball. It gets to be a lot of fun. You got an attempted bunt here by Thomas, trying to put a squeeze play on. You got the shortstop covering third, the third baseman coming home, the pitcher coming home. Everybody's in motion. This time he does not go around and takes the pitch for a called strike. 1-1, nobody out now. The Phantoms with a run in and 2 runners on the bases, second and third. This one's in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, but the backstop prevents anyone from moving up.
This is a shorter backstop than some of the fields we play on. But they've really made this a beautiful facility out here.
It is. So Thomas trying to get something going here. It's the right field. This could and will score a run. He'll probably tag. Going to be a play at home, and he is just underneath the tag.
What a nice throw, though.
Woo, great throw.
Well, now we got a tie game. Runner on third, and is that the first out?
Yes, that was the first out. But that was one tremendous throw.
No, but
He almost
that was
got it.
close.
Well, he had. If that ball had been down a little bit, he would have gotten him.
That brings up Adam Kyle. See what Adam has done. Young man got a 4.3 GPA, 3-year starter, batting .370. Has walked 10 times, has 13 RBIs, 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run this year.
He was 0 for 1 this afternoon. Walked and reached on a fielder's choice. On deck behind. You got Adam Kyle batting. That's actually Rob Quinn is your batter. You're
I'm sorry.
one ahead of us here.
I'm sorry, you're right. Rob is a 4-year starter, 4.1 GPA. He was the recipient of the Zoom's Academic Award, batting .439, has 9 stolen bases. Walked 5 times, has only 7 strikeouts, but he's got 7 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. And now he walks again, so now we got, as you say, what?
Runners on the corners.
On the corners. See, I don't have to teach you that. You taught me that. Mike, I had to say, Mike, that's called, Tim says that's runners on the corners.
That's right. I made that up. All right, we've got a ball game here, 2-2 in the bottom of the 5th.
Now, everything I said about Kyle a minute ago, just remember that, because I'm not going to say it again.
Just fill all the blanks, baby. Steve Chambers in relief. Troy Thomas with a big sac fly to tie this ball game up. Squares around, and the runner advances to second. Quinn moves down on the uncontested steal, if you will. Jenkins on third. That one is in there for a call strike. On deck is Mike Walker. Sharply on the line. That ball is right on the line. 1 run in, 2 runs are in. I mean, he painted that stripe.
Oh, Kyle, Adam Kyle. Hit the chalk.
So 4 runs are in here in the 5th as the Phantoms have taken a 2-run lead on a line drive right on the foul line, or I guess you'd call it the fair line.
Fair line, yeah. Michael Walker, batting .267, has struck out 19 times, but has walked 3 times, got 8 RBIs, 2 doubles and a triple.
2 RBI for Adam Kyle. Quick throw down to second. The ball gets away from the second baseman, and advancing to third, standing up, is Adam Kyle. So not a good throw down. I don't quite understand why he threw that ball. There really wasn't any reason to, it wasn't going to get him on second. That's almost never going to be the case. So that just helps the Phantom cause here as they move a man into third.
Now watch the throw, but you know the second baseman, whoever's getting the throw, got to block the ball. You can't let it get by you like that too. So, you know, it's a combination of 2 errors.
Want to do that now?
Yep.
All right, we'll be right back with the conclusion of this afternoon's ball game after this brief timeout.
Are you getting bit up a little now?
Yeah.
Back on.
Getting eaten up by can't see me's. So we're back here at Phoebus, and we've got a 2-run lead for the Phantoms as they have scored 4 times here in the bottom of the 5th to take a 4-2 lead in this ball game.
Well, they've only got one out, don't they?
Yeah, 1 out, men on 3rd. Steve Chambers is in relief of Mike Williams. Mike Walker is your batter. He is a strikeout victim and flied out 0 for 2. Single here will score a run, and he lays it down. That's going to be a perfect bunt. He is out at first, but he gets the RBI.
What a nice bunt. Almost beat it out.
That was an excellent bunt. Got the job done. The only thing would have made it any nicer if he'd been able to beat it out.
Yep.
So that makes it 2 away now, but a run scores.
Watch it. Watch this bunt. Just got him.
Just barely got it. Ball and no strikes.
Joe Tugwell.
Joe Tugwell, the batter.
3rd year starter, batting .286. 5 RBIs, 3 doubles, 1 walk, but has struck out 11 times this year.
That's the one you got 356 with, Joe. Coming outside, Joe.
Chambers delivers low for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Three hits in the inning for the Phantoms. This one is popped foul out of play straight back. Three hits, a sacrifice, and a walk. The biggest damage, a 2 RBI double by Adam Kyle.
What did Jenkins do?
Jenkins got a double.
He got the double too. Did he run in, knock in 1 run?
He got 1 run, yeah. That one's foul down the left field line. Jenkins got an RBI on the double.
Yeah.
And another run scored on the sacrifice to right field.
Yeah, that's right.
Troy Thomas hit the ball to right field for the sack. Full count on Tugwell. Cole Lineberry is on deck. And this one's in the dirt for ball 4. So Steve Chambers had a little bit of trouble with his control here. So Lineberry will be the batter.
3rd year starter, batting .316, has walked 10 times, leads the team in doubles with 7.
He'll be the 9th batter of the inning. Fouled back out of play. In the dirt, 1-1. Tugwell down at first. Lineberry, the 9th batter of the inning. 5 runs across for the Phantoms. That one's called strike 2.
Got that on him, outside corner, being a lefty.
Those are can't see me's.
Huh?
Can't see me's. Those were those little bugs that are biting you.
What they are.
You can't see them. Foul back. And another one goes over the building. Gentleman does the announcing here told me he's got to get a taller building to keep losing balls over the wall there.
Well, then just put somebody up on top of the building and throw them back now.
And that or take out a loan to pay for all these baseballs. Ball and 2 strikes. And that one hit to the left side of the infield. Shortstop over to second base covering for the third out. But the Phantoms, with the big inning,
5 runs. Wow.
No errors. 1 man left on base.
How many hits that we have?
yeah, let me tally them up here. We had a walk, we had 1 double, we had 2 walks. And make that 3 walks. 3 walks and 3 hits. So the Phantoms have 6 unofficial. I need to hesitate, or not hesitate to say that, using my scoring system. But they have 6 hits.
Your scoring system's all right.
So far, it's pretty accurate, I think. 5 runs on 6 hits. So we've played 5 complete, and it's 5-2 in favor of the Phantoms. So the Warriors now will try and get back in the ball game. They'll send schedule batters. Mike Williams, Steve Chambers, and Mark Mahaffey are the due-up batters here in the top of the 6th. I want to again thank the folks at Zoom's, where they serve that great potato wedges and fried chicken made fresh on the premises. Subs.
Ham and cheese subs.
Oh, you got great subs, Krispy Kreme donuts. They got Beantown coffee, Citco premium gasoline at all Zooms. 14 locations and adding them all the time. So Williams will lead off in the top of the 6th for the Warriors. And due up behind him, Steve Chambers and Mark Mahaffey, as I mentioned.
Williams got a 3.25 GPA.
And foul back out of play.
38 at-bats, 2 doubles, 1 walk, had 7 RBIs, and struck out only 4 times, batting .263.
He's hit the ball well this afternoon. This one to the right side. The second baseman cannot come up with the ball.
He did a good job getting in front of it, Mike.
Yeah.
Tim, but Mike. Well, that's what happens when you miss 3 games.
How quickly they forget.
Hey,
I'll tell you.
I will watch the replay. I will tell you how many times I called him Tim.
Well, after 20 years, that would be a normal and reasonable mistake to make. So Williams on for the 3rd time. He had hit safely the first 2 times, and I'll let the official scorekeeper determine that one. That was a tough chance for the second baseman, but he is on nonetheless. So the Warriors have something working here in the 6th. The batter is Steve Chambers, who relieved Williams. Had some control difficulties in that last inning, which helped the Phantoms get some runs. Lineberry's slow breaking ball is swung out and missed.
James got a 3.1 GPA. Batting .319, Tim.
He is 0 for 2 this afternoon.
3 base and balls, struck out 5 times, has got 3 doubles.
Williams is going to try and advance on the ball, and he will. The ball got away from the catcher's shoemake. The ball was in the dirt. Tough chance for him. I tell you, as a freshman, he's really impressed me.
He really is doing a great job, and I see what the coach has written by his name here. He's just a natural. Watch this replay. Just missed getting him.
Almost got him, and that was a tough chance. So the Warriors with a runner in scoring position, and Chambers gets the pitch on the inside corner for a call strike. 2-2. Ooh, just on the outside corner. So Steve Chambers is a strikeout victim for the first out. Haven't had a lot of strikeouts in this game. Early in the game there were some. The Warriors had struck out 5 times in the first 4 innings, but since then, that's the first one.
That's Paul McCallum, number
Paul McCallum.
12. He's just sophomore, Tim.
And he is in for Mahaffey. That's right. Mahaffey was the first baseman, and McCallum replaced him.
He's had 3 hits. There's only
This one's hit to the left fielder, underneath it for the out. So 2 outs, and the number 9 batter, Zach Alexander, is your batter.
Zach, 3.8 GPA junior.
Next up for the Warriors, center fielder, Zach Alexander.
Plays center field. Walked a couple times, got a couple RBIs, 3 sacrifices, but struck out 13 times this year.
Takes the pitch for a call strike.
Calling that same way. Good job, Bump. Took calling them.
Strike, Oh, and 1.
Just outside, 1-1 is the count.
That thing was breaking, just missed getting over the plate.
There you see it on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. 1-1 the count with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Hit back up the middle. A tough chance for the second baseman. Comes up with a nice throw over.
Wow. Whoa. Going to his right. Planted that foot and got a lot of stuff on the ball.
That was Brady Diggs. You know, he gets someone to hit for him, but you can see why he plays the field.
Yeah, well, the coach said, looking this, what he's got for Brady Diggs, he's got him down here. Good defense. And you can see why he's playing second base. This brings us, to the bottom of the 6th?
Bottom of the 6th. So the Warriors get a base runner, but they strand him. And we move to the bottom of the 6th with a 5-2 ball game in favor of the Phantoms. And they set up 9 batters last inning. And to lead off in the bottom of the 6th, it'll be the DH, Alan Pavlik, followed by Shoemake and Jenkins, the scheduled batters.
And we will give a player of the game shirt for a player from each one of these teams today, and that shirt comes from Islander Sporting Goods. They're located in Kecoughtan, and they can meet all your sports needs with a full line of athletic goods, both team and individual, equipment, uniforms, plus screen printing. Call Dave Chubb at 868-8467. John Roberts is the owner. And John and Dave Buckwalter were both recognized at the school board meeting back on the 1st of May for their contributions to Channel 46 and allowing us to recognize each player of the game. They give the plaques. Before Buckwalter got sick, we give plaques for about 17 years, maybe 16, somewhere around out there. But he got sick and wasn't able to do the plaques this year. In fact, closed down his business. But John Roberts out there and gives us a shirt. Do not charge us a thing for these. So really do appreciate their help and their support.
It really is. And these young men and young ladies who win these awards, from everything I've heard, really appreciate them. They put a lot of value to them. There might be a $9.95 shirt, but there's a lot more to it than the cost of the shirt, and it's the recognition.
What did Alan do first time up?
Let's see.
He did get on base last time, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He walked last time, and he grounded out the first time. So he is 0 for 1, and he is behind now on the count, 0-2. This one outside. The waste pitch, if you will. A ball and 2 strikes. Hit to the first baseman. Easy play. Mike Williams steps on the bag for out number 1.
Up to the plate, the catcher, Kyle Shoemake.
Kyle, here we watch the replay on that. Kyle Shoemake, the batter, batting .316. Walked 9 times, struck out 11 times. Has 2 sacrifices, 12 hits.
He is
just a freshman.
He was 1 for 1 this afternoon, hit by a pitch and singled. Now he's down the pike.
Yeah, that's one you'd like to have him do again and get ready for, because that was right down the chute.
1-1. One out here in the Phoebus half of the 6th inning. That one is on the corner, strike 2. Ball and 2 strikes. Nobody on, 1 out. Hear the wind whipping around in our microphones. That one he swings on and misses, and now the ball got away from the catcher, so he'll have to throw him out at first for the 2nd out. So a strikeout recorded and an assist to the catcher. And that'll bring up the number 9 batter, Jenkins, who's had a good afternoon. He's got 2 for 2 with an RBI. You see the replay of that put out at first.
This guy is extremely fast. He played football. He's a first-year starter, batting .254, but as you said, he's got a couple good hits today.
Takes the pitch, low for a ball.
Got to be thinking of our players of the game.
Yeah, it's I'm going to have to do some studying here, but I think I've got some. Yeah.
My 2 thoughts. So, you know, if you got something better, let me know.
Well, we got a number of good candidates, and I like to do that too. Sometimes we can mention some names, even though the names we mentioned, obviously we can only pick one from each team. But we've had some good efforts this afternoon. Adam Kyle had a 2-run RBI that was a crucial play.
See, Jenkins had a couple hits.
Jenkins had a couple of hits. Mike Williams has had some good hits for the Warriors. Pitched well.
In fact, he's helped his cause, and then
he had 2 RBI and 2 hits and pitched well. Foul back, made you flinch. A real nice crowd out for the game. That's nice to see. Good number of fans out here.
And I noticed that when we did Wednesday, we did the Kecoughtan girls and Phoebus girls softball here, and they were standing, ringing the field, and had the bleachers filled.
So Jenkins reaches on the base on balls, and that'll bring up the top of the order. So Jenkins had a single, a double, and a walk. So he's had a perfect afternoon at the plate.
Troy Thomas, that's who we got?
Troy Thomas is who we've got.
Now he's batting .370. Been hit by a pitch twice this year, as leads the team in triples, got a couple of them.
He's 1 for 2 this afternoon with a sacrifice. He had a single in the first, he grounded out, and had an RBI sacrifice in the 5th inning during the 5-run rally by the Phantoms. Squares around, takes the pitch, throw down to second is not in time, so Jenkins reaches on the steal.
And that's why he's got down here fast.
Yep.
You suppose that's why he had it running?
I think
He's got some speed.
That's what you do with him. Put him in your arsenal. 2 outs here. Phantoms trying to add to their 3-run lead. Easy for me to say. In the dirt, gets away from Jenkins, but the runner, Jenkins, no relation, stays on first, or rather second. One and one the count. High chopper to the shortstop. Over to first in time for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Phantoms get a base runner, Jenkins, on the walk, but they're unable to get him in the score column, so they get a walk, and that's it for the inning, as they have 6 hits and 5 runs unofficially. through 6 complete, and we move to the top of the 7th and potentially final inning. Got a new pitcher coming in for the Phantoms.
Defensively for Phoebus. On the mound, number 19, Mike Sawyer.
Mike Sawyer will be. What's you got on Mr. Sawyer?
Well, he's got a 2.0 GPA. Is no wins and no losses.
GPA or ERA?
ERA. What did I say? GPA?
GPA.
I'm just checking you out and see if you're paying attention.
Yeah. Well, I passed that one because I thought, gee, that's a low GPA, but it's a good ERA.
Well, he's been the relief pitcher since the young man. What's his name again? How do you pronounce it? Kecoughtan.
You leave out of the 3 middle letters.
He broke that wrist or something and is now pitching. So this young man has come in relief and has done a good job.
These little gnats can go home anytime they want.
Hey, they got a hold of us.
But it's been a pleasant afternoon out here. I want to thank all the folks here at Phoebus High School for their wonderful hospitality and helping Scotty and the crew set up and giving us a choice bird's eye view of this afternoon's game. Kind of ran off the regular PA guy here and moved him over, squished him over to the left of us. But
well, he's worked with us real good, and we do appreciate, this is his home, and we kind of invaded it.
We're like that,
We do that occasionally, don't we? Just kind of come in and push everybody out of the way.
That's right.
You and I take up a lot of room.
Well, the Warriors will have the top of the order due up here, trailing by 3 in the 7th inning, which is the final regular scheduled inning.
We got
and DeCarlo is your leadoff batter. He is 0 for 3. He's been strikeout victim all 3 times.
He's got a 3.8 GPA. He's the one that received the Zooms Award this year.
He'd like to have a hit this afternoon to go along with his nice GPA. 1-1 the count. DeCarlo, Van Ness, and Vetti are the scheduled batters.
And he only had 3 strikeouts coming in today's game.
Really? Now, see, they've really gotten his number this afternoon because he has doubled his strikeouts in one afternoon.
And he's walked 13 times, so he's a tough hitter up there.
There you go. Thank you.
That one's a call strike. 1-2. That's the secret to good pitching, is getting ahead of the batter. Sawyer. This one's chopped down the first baseline, foul.
Knock it down over there. Here we go.
I'm trying to figure out some way to make this leg of mine, this left, comfortable. If I stretch it out, it's okay for a minute.
Kicking it won't help it.
It's all right for a minute, and then it gets sore.
Well, I hope nothing serious with your back.
Well, I'll go to a specialist on Tuesday. Ouch, that one hurt. That's one way to get on. You're going to say no. You're going to say he didn't make an attempt to get out of the way.
There you go. Good call, Blue.
So, he threw his arm up.
Yeah. Took one for the team, but the plate umpire.
What do they call that? No pitch?
That's a good question. Now, Mr. Coach Green is going to question that, as you assume that he would. But DeCarlo didn't appear, I won't be judgmental, but didn't appear to make much of an effort to get out of the way of the pitch. And to his credit, he was willing to take it for the team. You
could see he didn't even move.
Yep. He's got more guts than I do. I would have been laid out on the deck. He reaches for that one and hits it sharply to the first baseman, who will handle it unassisted for out number 1 here in the 7th.
Here's up to the plate, the right fielder, and Vanessa.
Vanessa, 3.9 GPA.
And he is on the schneid this afternoon as well, as he is 0 for 3.
He's batting .298 coming to today's game, but he's had 18 strikeouts, 6 RBIs, and only a couple of walks.
He fouls the first pitch for a strike. This one's low for a ball. Evens a count, 1-1. Tim Cole and Bob Hintz and the Channel 46 crew bringing you baseball. Final regular season game of our coverage between Kecoughtan and Phoebus. Hope you've enjoyed it this afternoon. It's been a good ball game. 5-2, the Phantoms lead here in the top of the 7th inning. And in high school ball, that's the regulation length of a game, 7 innings. So if the Warriors cannot come back here, and the strikeout is recorded by Van Ness for the second out. If the Warriors do not come back, this will be their final chance. Chris Vetty is your batter with 2 gone.
Chris Vetty, 3.1 GPA.
Ball is inside for a ball.
Batting .283, has 3 RBIs, walked 6 times, struck out 7. He's got a double, 14 hits.
That one's on the corner. Again, I want to thank our crew. Talk about, we can't decide whether to stand up or sit down here. They have to stand the whole time when you're in the on the top of the van and making these shots for you, and we appreciate their efforts this afternoon.
We sure do.
1 ball and 2 strikes, so the Warriors down to their last strike here. Trailing 5-2. This one's high, so it evens the count 2-2. Inside. Full count.
Full count. Well, who do we decide the player of the game, Mr. Cole?
Well, I think that you and I were in agreement here. We're going to go with Mike Williams for the Warriors. And the game is not over yet, however, as Vetty draws the walk. And Jennison Jenkins, although there was some other good candidates for both teams. And we want to quickly add our player of the game selection is at best non-scientific.
At best.
Try to be fair, but it's hard to have any kind of completely fair selection process. And certainly Mike Williams was deserved on the Warrior side, and Jenkins for the Phantoms, but several other players we already mentioned.
Zach Routon batting is batting .435. Got a 3.1 GPA.
Down by 3. They need some
hits, 3 doubles.
So quickly ahead on the count. Mike Sawyer ahead 0-2. Runner on first. Sawyer's pitch is eyeing outside. 1-2. 2-2. The Warriors hanging to their last opportunities here.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs for the Warriors, 5 for the Phantoms.
And that's a base hit. That'll keep the inning alive for the Warriors. So Zach Routon connects. So he has 2 walks, flied out, and a base hit this afternoon. He is 1 for 2, even though he's been on base 3 times.
David Jenkins with a 2.85 GPA.
That's why they make you have all 21 outs in this game. It ain't over till it's over, as Yogi would say.
You're right there. And David's only struck out 6 times this year. Takes that plate right well.
He's 0 for 3 this afternoon, so he is overdue.
Got a triple, a double, a home run, and 14 hits. Batting .444.
He is way due for that kind of average.
Well, we got the tying run on at the plate, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Big breaking pitch for a swing and a miss. Mike Sawyer trying to end this ball game here. That one's outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. So the Warriors on life support right now, but they're still breathing. That one is just on the corner. Could have gone either way.
He's been pretty consistent calling that that pitch on that outside corner to the right-hand batters.
So this is a pivotal pitch here. And that one is a base hit to right center field. Thomas comes up with the ball, but a run will score. And the Warriors get a runner at third. Ball gets away from the third baseman. Now there's going to be a play at home. And they got him. John Green having something to say to the base umpire about the play at third. But unfortunately for the Warriors, a gamble to score from third doesn't pay off, as they made it a two-run game, and if he'd been able to evade the slide there, a lot of replay to watch here. Ball hits sharply on a nice line drive by Jenkins. Now there you see
now here comes the throw.
Yeah. Yep, he never got to the plate, see?
Nope.
Runner never got to the plate. So a 5-3 final score as the Warriors' record falls to 8-9, and the Phantoms improve to 11-6. But a well-played ball game. Fielding was excellent this afternoon. Both teams played the field extremely well.
Yes, they did.
I want to thank our sponsors. This afternoon's game brought to you by Zooms, with 14 Peninsula locations to serve you. Zooms, your friendly neighborhood store. And the game brought to you in part by Parklawn Wood Funeral Home, located at Hampton Center Parkway and Armstead Avenue in Hampton. Nancy Staten is the funeral director. So that's going to do it for us from Phoebus High School. I want to thank our Channel 46 crew for their usual great job. And again, thank you for watching. The final score again is Phoebus 5 and Kecoughtan 3. For Bob Hintz and the Channel 46 crew, this is Tim Cole. Thanks for watching. Good afternoon, everybody.